What's up, all? Glazer here. Wanted to show you a little bit about your first online lab that you're going to be doing today. Wanted to kind of guide you through what it looks like from Google Classroom, getting onto pHet, how to use your simulation, how to turn in your work. So please, if you have any questions about Tuesday's assignment, which is the Mass on the Spring Lab, please watch this video first, all the way through, and then really think about if you still have any questions, then email me and or make a comment. We'll figure it out. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to share my screen here. And we're going to go right here. Okay, so this is your Google Classroom here. This is what your classroom should look like, right? And just want to show you a couple things. Right in the middle of the screen right here, this is your classwork tab, right? This is really what I think this is your easiest way to see your work that's been assigned and everything that's due. So I'm trying to keep this really organized, right? I've got these are your 5 assignments for the week. They're already posted. I've got the weeks broken up into topics, right? So you'll be able to see the different weeks as they come up with the different topics. And you can start from the bottom and go up and work your way through these assignments. So we're talking right now about the one that's assigned on Tuesday, April 14th, Mass on the Spring Lab. If I click that right there, it just kind of drops this down a little bit. And that's good. I might want to see a little bit more. I'm going to hit View Assignment right here. Okay. And that takes me into the full assignment page. I think that's a little nicer to look at. So sometimes I've got video links down here. Like this video I'm recording now, I'm going to add on to your Mass on the Spring. So when you click Mass on the Spring, it's going to be there so you can see this. Okay. Your upper right hand corner, this tells you the work and kind of the status. So, okay, oh, your work is assigned. You haven't turned it in yet. Okay. So this means you need to do it. You click that. Okay. This says Demo Tech because I'm using a demo account, but that'll say your name there. Okay, this is your Google Doc. Every student gets their own Google Doc for these labs. So this is yours. If you erase the questions, like you can't, I mean, I guess you can get those back, but then you don't have the questions to answer. Okay, it's the equivalent of like erasing the questions on your lab in class. So don't do that. You have to be a little careful with what you're filling out here. Okay, all these files are set up in the same way. Okay, the green boxes here are instructions, right? So that's what you're going to read for instructions. The kind of the yellow boxes, like right through here, those are questions. So you're going to read those and you're going to answer the question, and you're going to write in your name and everything else in the white spaces. You have to delete what's there, okay? So you delete that, and I'm going to say Matt Glazer. Okay, period. If you still remember the period you were in, great. We're going to say period first because that's the best period. Just kidding. Love you guys. And okay, so now we're going to go through and look at, okay, so but now we get to the lab, right? So the lab is right here. It's in this blue link right here. If you click on that, then it says Masses and Springs. Click on it again. Bam, here's our lab. Okay, I'm going to step you through some of the settings for this so you know how to do this, really, so you have no excuse to not get this done. This is a pretty straightforward lab. I think especially after watching these videos, this is exactly like a lab we would do in class. Literally, this is what we'd be doing in class. Okay, so if we look at the first part of your lab, right, we go to the intro, which is right here, okay? You've got 2 springs up at the top right here. You've got a set of weights down here. You've got in the top right-hand corner, you've got these the control system over here, okay? So for example, it says, hang a 250-gram mass on the left spring and a 50-gram mass on the right, and then you answer these questions, okay? If those springs bouncing up and down is bothering you, I mean, you have to use those to answer the questions, but you can stop them here with those little stop signs, and then you can start them again by just pulling on them, okay? Okay, so what else do I need to show you? So that's the intro, right? Then second part says reset the simulation. Reset is down here, right? See this little right there? Boom, you reset the simulation, you put everything back, okay? And then at one point it asks you for equilibrium position, which is this box right here. And if you do that, what you realize is, oh, that shows you a line, right, where that spring hangs when it's at equilibrium. Okay, so when it's not bouncing, that's the middle. Equilibrium is the middle, remember, balanced middle, okay? Okay, so that's that part. Okay. And then we're going to switch. And then now we're going to go to the vectors. So see, you've got these different options for the lab on the bottom too. Intro Vectors Energy Lab. Now you click on vectors. This is going to work on a Chromebook. We've tested this. It will work on a Chromebook. I don't know if it's going to work on your phone. So shoot me an email if you're trying to do all this on your phone. It's going to be a long quarter, and it's probably not going to work. We got to get you a Chromebook somehow. Okay. Okay. So then you can go down there, you can see the, what are we on? The vector section. So let me just show you this, okay? You've got all these vectors on the right-hand side here, right? So it asks you to do some net force. You can add an equilibrium line there, right? Making you a little dizzy, but now it shows you what's happening with your net force there, okay? What else was I gonna show you there? That's pretty good. That's what you need. We've got the gravity over here. You can change the gravity, okay? Let's see, do we ask you about spring constants yet? No, that's in the next one, I think. Well, let me show you the spring constant, okay, because we do ask you about that. Spring constant you can change with this box right up here. You can go large spring constant, small spring constant. Remember, if you forget what spring constant is, look at the spring. When I go a large spring constant, that's a big, beefy spring there, okay? So a bigger spring constant means you need more force to stretch or compress the string. Where a small spring constant looks like a little tiny slinky, right? So that's going to require less force to stretch or compress the spring, okay? And then finally, you'll switch to the lab section at the bottom, okay? We have you do 100 grams there. We have you do period trace, which is right here in the upper right-hand corner. Also mass equilibrium, okay? We're asking this. Now we're showing you what's happening with the actual period, and it says give it a big push, right? So to give it a push, you just kind of drag it like that, okay? And you'll give it a big push, and we ask you questions around that, okay? So I'm not flipping back and forth, right? But you're gonna have to flip back and forth to your lab, right? And say, okay, which one has a higher frequency of oscillation? Well, I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna type my answer there, okay? And then I'm gonna type my answer there. So you're managing 2 tabs probably, right? Your Google Doc and your lab at the same time. Okay, pretty easy, but it's the first time we've done this, so you know, I just want to make sure that you're getting all that. Okay, so now you're done. You went through the lab, you finished all your questions. How do you submit this? A couple different ways. Okay, on your Google Doc page, you can hit this turn in button right up here, and I believe that will turn it in. Okay. You can also, if you go back to your assignment here, right, mass on a spring lab, you can hit turn in right here, okay? You have to hit it somewhere or it doesn't go in my grade book. I can't grade it. I'm really gonna try to grade these and keep you up to date so you know how you're doing in the class, right? As you just like we would on a normal basis, and let you know how it's going. So let's try this. So let's say I'm all done. You're of course gonna answer all the questions. I'm gonna say turn in right there, okay? Oh, and this is, let's see, okay. See how this goes here. And then when I said one attachment will be submitted, turn in. And boom, it says turned in, okay? So right now that means turn in. I don't have to do anything else for that. Now, if I want to unsubmit it, because now I just realized, oh shoot, I didn't actually finish. I didn't actually write any of those answers down. What am I going to do? I'm going to hit that unsubmit button and it will let me unsubmit it. Then I can fix it. Then I got to turn it in again. Okay. So I only see them and it's really only possible for me to grade them when they've been submitted after you hit turn in. Okay. Cool. We'll see how this goes, right? I mean, I think some of the weeks are going to be pHet and some of the weeks are going to be other stuff, videos of us actually doing some of the labs, and some of them are going to be other videos of other people doing labs. This week is pHet, so it's pretty straightforward, should be pretty easy to get there. I'm going to go back to, I guess, sorry, I should be back here. Here, that's me, okay? Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Stay tuned for more announcements, and hope you guys are doing well, staying safe, enjoying the sunshine a little bit, and staying 6 feet away. 2 meters away, actually, is what we're supposed to be doing, 6.6 feet. So, all right. I'm going to shut this down, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.